well. So I'd like to introduce you to a new friend of mine that I met completely via watching videos online. This is our first conversation together. Would you all join me in welcoming my friend Cara Richard? How are you doing?
Well,
So I know that intro, it was a little long, but I really wanted to give you, a big build up and have you ready. First question I always like to ask is, how's your weather today? What's going on? Is it raining? What is it like? Okay, it's time for like the big reveal. Okay, so a virtual drum roll. Okay, would you show us what is your instrument of choice?
display display Rickenbacker bass.
Come on, look at that, a Rickenbacker bass. Now, oh, thank you for showing us the headstock. I mean, this is not a knockoff. There's nothing wrong with that. We all should play the instrument we can obtain, right? But that is one great looking bass guitar. So, how long you're a real veteran of the music industry and music business. How long have you been playing the bass guitar?
Two. I've been playing two, but I've been playing the Rick for a few months. I don't know how long.
What did you have before the wreck?
For the Rick, I just had an orange Mitchell.
Okay, I mean, the when you decided what you wanted to do with regard to what instrument to play. I mean, 'cause there's a zillion instruments we could all pick up and try. What made you land on the bass guitar? I'm just curious.
I mean, originally I was like leaning to do bongos, I think, but then I let that sit for a few years, and I kind of wanted to play guitar. So my dad got me like this little guitar, but I couldn't play it because my fingers weren't strong enough. So he suggested bass, and he just got me a short scale one because they're easy.
You're making a lot of music with your instrument. One thing I noticed, and this is it's bear with me, I'm gonna cheat and read my notes because I couldn't remember all this, right? So I'm scrolling away on YouTube and you keep popping up in my shorts and my feed again because they know what I like to see. And I'm like, "Bruh, bring it on, more and more, right? XTC, the Beatles, these guys, right? In fact, this guy in particular, right? I think we've heard of him. He's an up and coming guy. He'll do well. He'll be okay. Getty Lee from Rush, Rickenbacker guy, right? Okay. The Zombies. Oh, we went way back on that one.
It was just one song.
Sad, but it counts. I mean, you did it. And then you leapfrog up to They Might Be Giants. And then someone I think is really an interesting person, interesting artist is Alan Parson. Okay. You remember any of these, as I say,
the woodworker Milano.
what do you,
Solicit.
that? Did he set out?
Yeah. And that's climbing to the moon. We got
You,
we got New Mistake by Jellyfish.
I saw jellyfish in your feed a lot. Yes.
And we got Yes, Circus of Heaven. I'm working on it with those. I got Every Little Thing She Does Magic. Your Smiling Face, James Taylor.
Oh, whenever it's
Backwards for him, so he can't read it.
wow.
Eleanor Rigby.
Yes.
Baby's Coming Back. Peace of Mind by Boston. We got Doctor My Eyes, Jackson Brown. And King's Half Undressed by Jellyfish.
That is amazing. How in the world do you, I mean, on my notes here, I even saw that you did a medley of the Buggles' greatest hit, which is Video Killed the Radio Star. I noticed that. So how in the world do you decide from the world of music, all these great artists that you just named, how do you decide which ones to cover and to play?
I've always liked like melodic stuff, and I never really liked blues or any of that.
I noticed in one of your Instagram posts, I think you had some notes and you said something, not a fan of the funk, not necessarily, right?
Yeah.
Eh, it takes all kinds of music to make up the world and all kinds of players to make it. So I think it's very simple. Play what you like and what you feel. I think that's a great way to go. So on all these different artists and bands and all these other things that you cover, do you have a particular, I mean, it's really hard to narrow down to one. Do you have an artist that you really think, boy, that's kind of an idol. That's kind of somebody I really aspire to. I really like them.
I mean, it might be obvious, but Paul McCartney
How do they know you didn't say Paul McCartney? And who? I'm sorry.
and like Queen. No, John Deacon. John Deacon is so fast player.
Deacon. And I always get them mixed up with the other Deacon person from Duran Duran, but I digress. And I also heard you say you're working on something from Yes earlier. What tune was that you're working on by Yes?
Circus of Heaven.
Circus of Bells. So, did I read correctly? Have I done my homework? I think you're a Chris Squire fan.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean Chris Squire, he was a terrific bass player, another Rickenbacker guy. So, and by the way, Paul McCartney, very famous for, as we all know, the iconic Beatle bass, but very much, I think it is some of his later projects, especially you would see him play the Rick, just like you're playing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nice, and it's nice that you're gravitating towards these people. Are there any musical artists that are a little more contemporary? Because a lot of the ones you named are kind of in the classic rock area, more or less. Is there anyone that is a little more in the 2000s or 2010s or 20s that you like as a bass player? Someone that you think made it done?
I like Sounds of Wayne. We've done a few the All American reject. We don't know only one actually. All American rejects.
Mhm.
We done one Lash song. I don't really know them, but
And they are a lot of different kinds of stuff. You had a ska version. You did a cover and played along with the ska version of Take on Me. I had never heard that before. And so, you brought that to my attention. That was pretty cool.
yeah, that was Real Big Fish.
That's real big fit. Not necessarily like people playing music together, but you're not necessarily musical friends. Do you ever bring your bass? Do you ever play at parties? Do you ever hang out with people, or is it? How you're
See what like if someone brings up that they play an instrument, I'm like, hey, I play an instrument too. Like I'm like, if I wanted to play the tambourine, I wouldn't speak up and say, hey, I play the tambourine.
I couldn't have answered that better myself. That's pretty good. I hear exactly what you say. Yes.
The harder ones are like Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder. There's Love Lies Bleeding by Elton John. There's King Heron's Song and Mayor of Simpleton. Yeah, those are pretty hard.
All of the ones you just named, I think have something in common. You might agree. They're very busy. They got a lot of stuff going on.
I-
Uh, So I'm here to tell people that we're gonna show your socials at the end here because I want people to find you and learn about you. But I'll attest, every song you just mentioned, you nailed it. You've got not just the notes, but the timing and the feel. Okay, it shows a lot of respect for the music, and I think that's a great thing. When you're not playing music, what's a fun thing for you to do? Like what's a fun hobby or activity for you?
I like to draw and play on computer.
Really? So me draw with like a pen on paper, pencil on paper kind of thing, or
I do traditional and digital.
both traditional and digital? Well, I think that's great. You know, some of the artists that you cover and play, you probably know this, they other than music, they have other artistic pursuits, and it sounds like you're following that as well. All right, the lightning round. Everyone loves this. No, they don't. Well, we're gonna do it anyway. All right, you ready? 3 questions. Cats or dogs?
Uh, Dogs.
That's the right answer, but that's just between you and me. You know, Eric, where you're going. Cake or pie?
Uh, I'm gonna say pie.
Again, that's the right answer. Well, I want to thank you very much for joining us today. Our audience really admires you already, I can tell. Let's talk about you're on all the socials, I believe. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. How would people find you on your socials? You got a name or something you should tell us about so we know how to find you?
Do you want me to type it in chat?
Yeah,
Usually.
you could do that. During our editing, and it's probably up now for those watching, you will see that. And thank you. I can see that. That's amazing. We're gonna put your social handle up there so everybody can find you and listen to your great music. Do you find YouTube is a better friend to you, or is it Instagram, or is there a better platform for you for socials?
I usually just post anywhere, so it doesn't really matter.
So play names, records on every.
Yeah. I said that.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was really nice of you to make time to visit with us today. And I want to wish you well on your musical journey. I think you're going places. You know, some folks might call you an aspiring musician. I might even leave out the aspiring. I think you're a really good musician the way it is. You doing, well, I call them like I see them. All right. We tell all our I would tell all our listeners to come and our viewers, I should say, at our website, and our listeners here on video, come check out Cara's amazing bass playing, and you're going to enjoy it. You may be a happy guy. I appreciate it. And thank you for joining us. And we wish you well, okay? You do well on your journey, okay? Good on you.
All right. Have a good day.